Dawn Rain. I'm working with iHealthTube, visiting with Robert Kowalski, the author of The Blood Pressure Cure. And we've been talking about the drugs that are typically prescribed for hypertension and some of the side effects, which you spell out in your book. Sometimes people don't take their medication because of the side effects. Could you address that, Bob?
It's more than sometimes.
Oh, it's more than sometimes?
It is the biggest thorn in the sides of physicians that regardless of the kind of drug, unless it's something that's being used for an acute problem. Acute problem means that it's going to have a span of a couple of weeks, a urinary tract infection, a flu, whatever it might be. You go to the pharmacy, get the drug, take it for 2 weeks, it's gone, that's the end of that. People are very willing to take that sort of drug. But when it comes down to having to go to the pharmacy every single month to refill it and taking that pill every single day for the rest of their lives and dealing with the potential side effects, that's when you start having problems. Multiply that when, in the case of blood pressure, it's likely that one drug won't do the trick because any single drug will give you about only a 10-point reduction. So doctors combine 2, 3, 4 drugs at the same time while encouraging you still to cut back on this, that, and the other thing. So studies have been made of some of the most pressing issues in medicine. And way up on top is what they refer to as patient compliance, whether the patients really take the drugs that the doctor is prescribing.
Well, it sounds so overwhelming.
It is indeed. Very recently, this year, 2007, there was a study published that of all the drugs that doctors prescribe, the category of drug that has the worst compliance, that is to say, patients just don't take the drugs that doctors are prescribing, that class of drugs is for blood pressure, the so-called antihypertensives. And the reasons are multifold. As we discussed, these drugs are rife with side effects, anywhere between fatigue, loss of energy, dizziness, chronic cough, headache in the morning,
frequent urination.
Frequent urination to the point that it's beyond just a nuisance. I mean, it's truly lifestyle inhibiting, and for guys especially, the loss of sexual function. And on top of it, bear in mind that blood pressure elevations have no symptoms.
That's right.
There is no way to tell. Because you've been under stress and you develop a headache, that doesn't mean that your blood pressure has gone up. It simply means you've got a tension headache from literally the physical tension that your body is going through. No symptoms whatsoever. So someone comes into the office, doctor makes the determination that he or she has hypertension, puts that patient onto a medication, and from having no symptoms whatsoever, suddenly they're having these adverse effects, and they think to themselves, you know, I felt perfectly fine before I started taking these drugs, and I feel terrible now, so I'm going to stop taking them. And when they do, number one, there are some drugs that you can't just stop taking because that can literally kill you.
Right.
You can literally cause death by abrupt cessation of a drug. And at the very least, you are not controlling the blood pressure. And a lot of the patients who stop taking these drugs simply do not tell the physician that they've done so.
Well, that sounds really counterproductive and very
Truly,
dangerous. And
very
you address
so.
that in your blood pressure cure book, and then so thank you.
Well, the important thing to end this with is that we now have alternatives that have been subjected to the same kind of strict, rigorous study using actually the same gold standard of study that would be used for the prescription drugs. And this is important because if you go into your doctor's office and say, you know, we were talking about the fact that my blood pressure is up and that I might need a prescription drug. I've been reading this book, and I'd like to try some of these approaches. Bring in the book, or feel free to make a photocopy. It's okay to make a photocopy in this case, and especially toward the end of at the end of the book, as you'll see here, for every single chapter and single element within the chapter, I have a complete listing of the scientific journals that I've used to back up the claims that are being made for these alternative approaches. And they're journals that your doctor will recognize. Hypertension, The Lancet, Archives of Internal Medicine, Journal of the American Medical Association, New England Journal of Medicine. It's rock solid evidence.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, and for going to all the trouble to put this together for us.
Oh, no, this is not trouble. This is my life's work.
Thank you very much, Bob.
Thank you.